Okay, guys, I want to talk about diet as part of the agenda as well. And if you've heard anything or read anything past like 5, 10 years, then you know that this most likely is true. But there are some things that you may not know. And of course, I have a lot of questions because I'm a curious person. So I come at it sometimes from a different angle. And what I have found in my research, because I started researching diet when I had health issues, and I'm still going through them, but by the grace of God, I'm getting through them. And I have my own battles with weight as well, especially since medical issues started happening for me. So if they're happening for you, usually that's how it goes. Sometimes you put on weight because you can't exercise or whatever. But anyways, I did want to talk about diet because it is very important for your life and for what you're doing. And if you don't have at least a decent diet, you're not going to be focused, you're not going to be energetic, you're not going to want to pursue things that you would like to pursue, you're maybe not going to want to make your life better, or if you're in a good place, it's not going to stay that way. And I would also like to talk about the fact that if you have really researched diet, then you know there are different foods that can turn on and off genes. And it can go even as far as to damage DNA. So if you think about it, everybody says, well, you can't fight biology. Well, okay, there's certain things that, there's just facts that, you're not going to change sometimes. But most of the time, there are a lot of things that can be changed. And the fact of the matter is, just because you have certain DNA does not mean that you can't get over things. And the reason why I tie it into an agenda is because this is what they want for you. They want you to think that you cannot change what you've been given, maybe at birth, or not even that. They say, well, it's DNA. It could be that these horrible habits have been passed down for generations in your family. And they don't want you to change because change means maybe you'll get better and improve. And maybe you can get to a better station in life. And then guess what? You're less likely to be manipulated. It's all about manipulation. And I always tell you, be very careful to understand what's going on so you're less likely to be manipulated. And the more unhealthy you are, the easier you are to control and be manipulated. So, sometimes I haven't had a whole lot of money. What I would suggest to you is, even if maybe you have to buy some processed food, mix healthy things in with them. And you say, well, this discounts what you're trying. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Any improvement that you can make to help yourself will help yourself and your loved ones, and even maybe your community. It has a ripple effect. Everybody talks about the cliche, you throw the rock in the water and, it has a ripple effect, but it actually does. And if you can break generational bad habits in your life, in your family's life, maybe in your community's life, then what can that do for other people? And it's a way of bringing people together instead of dividing them. You may not think you're important, but I'm sorry, I'm a Christian, and I know better than that. You're important, your purpose is important, your health is important, and usually no matter what happens, you have people that love you and count on you. And it's very self-centered to only think about yourself and not think about the people around you as well. Maybe you making your health better or getting your diet better will make them want to do the same thing or inspire them. And I really think there's an agenda to go against that for people. And you are partly what you eat. If you eat junk, you put in junk, this is what you're going to get. Your body is not going to give you what you want it to if you're not feeding it at least decently. Make the changes that you can, as you can make them. And you can literally change your whole life. Why? Because you can turn off some of those bad genes. You can maybe heal some of your body, maybe even your DNA. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but what I do know is they want you sick, they want you fat, and they want you poor. And all these things, I'm sorry to inform you if you don't already know that, they come with health too. And guess what? If you don't have health, how are you going to get out and make any kind of money? What job are you going to get? What career are you going to have? And what good are you going to be to the world if you're dead? Or if you're sick all the time? All I'm saying is there's a war being waged on you and your family through food. And you also have to think about it. I'll say it again. I've probably said in another video, I believe that I have. The estimation is anywhere from like 50 to 65, even 75% of your food and the food companies goes back to tobacco companies. So think about that when you're buying your food at the grocery store and what they did to people. And I'm not saying it's all their fault. People picked up the cigarettes and smoked, so I get it. But for many years, people thought it was okay and it was good for them. These are the same people. Think about that. And I would encourage you, buy local. Go where the people are actually making your food to see what's going on. If you want to buy meat, I understand. There's not a whole lot of people that can afford it, and I'm sorry for you. And that's horrible, absolutely horrible. But you have to remember that you have to find a way to do it. And if you don't have the resources, you gotta find them somehow. So anyways, just remember, the less you can be manipulated and controlled, the more you can actually see the agendas behind these things that are going on. And you can more prepare yourself and protect yourself and your family from these things going on, and maybe even your community. You don't know what kind of impact you can have.